yesterday, Manchester United against Newcastle was a really thrilling game. As for Newcastle, I think they got there's a player who got 2 yellow cards and he was sent off, Ramsey, in the first half, but they were able to score after Gordon was fouled by Bruno Fernandes in the penalty box, and they scored the penalty. While the game was going on, Manchester United got a free kick and Bruno Fernandes delivered, and Casemiro got the end of that cross and scored. As the game went on, Newcastle were playing with a red card. In the second half, they were very intense. They looked like they are the ones who are playing with 11 men. Manchester United could not be able to press them. They were attacking and they were playing a very attacking football. Tonali was exceptional in that game, and I think that's why Man United want to sign the guy. I think he goes around 100 million. That's the price tag is been given by Newcastle if any team is interested. And then Buemo was not doing anything in that game. I think he was poor. The Man United players looked like they didn't have that intensity. They didn't know how to keep that energy for 90 minutes despite having all their players, and they were playing with 10. Newcastle were playing with 10 men. Manchester United was playing with 11 men. So everyone thought that, okay, Man United will try to drag this game on and then try to hit their crosses. But when Eddie Howe came in the second half, he told his boys, we are not going to sit back and wait Man United to keep on hitting those crosses and Sesko coming on the end of those crosses to try to score. What we are going to do, we'll go at Manchester United, press them high, and they will make mistakes. But when you see Man United, the way they were playing, I think Carrick wanted them to play. They play with their defense, and then when they hope their defense are able to block the shots from Newcastle or help them not concede in that game. So when Newcastle are attacking them, they leave spaces so that they can pick those spaces and try to find a goal. But that was not the case yesterday. Majority of Man United fans were disappointed because they thought 10 men Newcastle, there is no way they are beating us in this game, but that's football. I think even Ramsdale was exceptional in that game. He made 2 good saves. I think the first one was for Kobe Mainu, and I think there is another shot he saved. He saved a lot of shots. And Euro, that header from Euro, he saved that one too. So it went on, the game went on. Newcastle seemed dangerous, and you are like, whoa, where this fire from Newcastle coming from? The last game I think they played against Everton, they did not perform like this. But in this game, they showed a lot of resilience despite having a red card. They made a sub, that guy, I think it's called Olusa, and he scored. After people are blaming Malaysia for turning his back when this guy is facing him. What could have Malaysia done? I don't know what that guy could have done, because when a player is coming inside the box, the best you can do is try to block. And the guy who was at least near him was Maguire, and Maguire did not raise his legs. If you see the way he put his legs when that Osula guy shot that color inside the Man United net, you could have known that Maguire could have done better. He could have looked at that ball instead of turning his head and just hoping the ball hits him, or maybe he raises his legs and he hits his leg and he stops that shot. But he didn't do that, unfortunately. And that color, I think that color will be the goal of the season, if you ask me. That goal was fine. Trippier played excellent. He was winning duels. I think there is a time where the ball fell in their own half. He hit the ball and it went outside. Cunha wanted to take that ball from him, but unfortunately the ball went outside and Man United got a corner. Sesko was not effective that day. Yesterday he was not effective. Hmm? There's something wrong with the intensity of Manchester United. Shaw did not look good even going forward. Mazuri got an injury. I think everything for Man United was going into shambles. Certainly in the second half. If Bruno Fernandes doesn't play well, Manchester United don't play well, and that screams red flag. They are over dependent on Bruno Fernandes. Huh? The guy is the only one you can see with the ball and say, okay, he can do something with it. Apart from him, no one. No one from that United side you could say that, okay, if he has the ball, Man United seem like they can score. But yesterday, I think all his crosses were getting defended well. Danny Barn was defending great. Eh? Encouraging the fans after winning a tackle. The fans were on Newcastle, cheering them on, cheering the team on, giving them confidence. So that was a great performance from Eddie Howe's side. I think the next team they are facing are Manchester City in the FA Cup, and it will be another exciting game to watch. But things to look at Manchester United, I think even Dalot was poor. Dalot was really poor in that game. The only guy, in my opinion, if you ask me, that played a little bit better, I can say it's Bruno, guys. Even though he caused the first penalty and people are blaming him that he's the one that caused the penalty. But sometimes things don't go the way you want. Sometimes they go badly, and it was not an intentional foul. He just hit him. He just tripped him on the basis of trying to stop him from scoring a goal, and it was a penalty. So that's the only incident I think that it was bad from coming from his side. And then in the 90th minute, Newcastle looked even more dangerous. I think if this game ended with 11 players, Man United could have been begging Newcastle not to beat them more than 2 goals, because Tonali was playing like, hey, Tonali performed really well in that game. He did better. He played better than Kobe Mainu and Casemiro combined. By his own playing, one player is better than 2 players, guys. That's how good Tonali yesterday was. I think if this is a player who Newcastle can who can keep him fit for the long haul, I think he's an excellent player on their side. I think that's a gem they signed from AC Milan. And as the season goes, I don't think they'll be able to keep him. Although I've heard Manchester United want to sign him, but I don't think they have the funds to pull 100 million to sign one player, guys. Don't think Man United. And then this guy is not that physical. He's that tactical type of player. He likes to possess the ball, holding the ball a little bit longer, and I think that's what Man United are looking for in next season. A guy who can balance, help the defense when it comes to defending, relieve the team from pressure, and Tonali is the guy. But guys, I don't know what are your thoughts in this game. Just tell me in the comment section. But for me, I think Newcastle performed a banger of a match yesterday. they show the world they are still the Newcastle we thought they are. Despite not having a striker and playing Gordon as a striker. I think the next thing they need to try and get is a good striker. They have overspended on that tall guy, that 6'6" guy, Walter Mada. I don't think they will be going for another striker. If they can get a left winger, if they can get a left winger and maybe add another midfielder, I think their season next season will be great. So they have tough games coming in, Manchester City, and then they are going to play against Barcelona, I think in the Champions League in the middle of the week. Man United next game, I think they are playing Aston Villa. But if they go with this same intensity against Aston Villa, it will smell trouble for Manchester United. They need to improve the intensity that they went in to this match. The way they played this match, they were awful, bro. Even if Man United could have beaten Newcastle in this game, Newcastle played a better game than Manchester United. Nobody will deny that. So I think when Carrick is going back with his team and talking to them in the locker room, there's some things I think he might change. Maybe I've heard that he gives them holidays, like 3 days holidays, and sometimes that can ruin the intensity of the team. So do I think he's supposed to be given the job? I think Man United should wait until the end of the season and see if he's the guy for the job. The people who are saying now he should not be given the job when they were egging on that Carrick is the one after when he was winning games, but right now when he's losing, you want to say he should not be given the job. I think that's unfair, and that's an unfair judgment. So I think if I'm in the board of Manchester United, I would like the player. I would like Michael Carrick to finish the season and see how things goes, because there are a lot of experienced coaches out there still not having jobs, and you want to explore your options. You want Michael Carrick to fight for his job so that he shows that he's the right man for the job. If you give him the job right now, and then the other thing I think Manchester United is lacking is second. They don't have a second squad. They are relying with their first 11 to win game in, game out. And you can't be playing like that in the Premier League and expect to be challenging for trophies. Even next season, I think they need to go to the market in the summer. They didn't sign anyone in January, guys. So they are still playing with the same players, trying to drag on games and maybe get something out of games, and scathing through games. If you looked at that Crystal Palace game, Crystal Palace considered, I think they have played almost like 3 games. I think the Tottenham won, Crystal Palace won, and this for Newcastle. Three red cards. They have played against teams who have red in 3 games, and they were winning. The most they scored is that for Tottenham 2-0. The other games they are winning 1-0, 1-0, despite the other team not having their full 11 players. So guys, tell me in the comment section what went wrong with Manchester United in that game. What do you think they need to correct going forward and wanting to chase for those Champions League spots? Because if you look at they still have very hard games. They still have to play Chelsea. They still have to play Liverpool. And if you look at the table, they are not far. They don't have a lot of points in between Liverpool, Chelsea, and Manchester United. It will be a run for their money. So I think they need to change some things if they want to solidify their Champions League hopes next season. So guys, tell me, did Man United get their tactics wrong, or they are just, this was inevitable considering how they've been playing in their last 3 games? So tell me in the comment section guys, like the video, comment. Let me see you in the next video guys.